Hello guys, so today we are going to talk about the cost of building an off-grid poultry farm, the do's and don'ts of what you have to take into consideration before you start building an off-grid poultry farm. Okay, we will go straight. So we are building a poultry house that is 70 by 30 feet. Yes, 70 in length, 30 width. This house will be able to accommodate 3,000 mature chicken like these ones. So this is day 1, episode 1 of how to build a poultry farm. So we are taking measurements so that we can have a square house, a rectangular house, right angled at the corners, so that when we put the iron sheet, they can get aligned as required. So the first thing was land preparation. The first thing we did was the land preparation, whereby we dug and levelized the land, whereby when you want to build a poultry house, you have to make sure that the land that you want to set up your poultry house must be level and flat, so as it can be easier for you to build the floor. The cost of land levelizing on our project for building the 100 feet by 30 feet was $50. That was the first cost that we incurred. We wanted to build our poultry house. The second bit was to buy the trees. Whereby we will go straight to the cost of the trees. The cost of the trees, all of the trees that we bought were around 150 trees. The 150 trees costed us $320 to purchase, $320 to purchase, and the cost of sawmilling them cost us $18. That is by cutting them. So that you can be able to, for easier transportation. Another thing was labor that we incurred for removing the twigs, loading the logs onto the trees and also offloading. We had employed 6 people who did that job, and the cost incurred was $50. That was the cost incurred on the labor part of the trees, and the transport of the timber from the original farm to the main farm, whereby we had bought it. So it cost us $70 because the guy with the truck carried them in bits. The first round he carried around 95 trees. Then the second time he carried the remaining 55 trees. Yes, and for the first trip he charged us $40, and for the second trip he charged us $30. Yes, so the total cost of transportation of the trees was $70. And something that we learned from this is that if you want to purchase the trees, make sure you are purchasing the trees from a nearby land or farm, so that you cannot incur the high cost of transportation of the trees from the place that you have bought the trees to your farm whereby you want to construct your poultry house. Then after that, it was the time for the barks of the trees to be removed so that it can be treated. So we hired some guys, some young men, who removed the bark of the tree so that it can be easy to treat it. So that one cost us $20. Yes. Then we went straight to the treatment of the logs, the trees that we had bought, the logs now. So the treatment of the logs and the purchase of the disinfectant was $20. Then we mixed ourselves and we paid the laborers another $20. So that a total of $40 that we incurred. Yes. Then another thing was we went and bought the ballast, also known as the aggregates. So what the next thing that we bought was the ballast or the aggregate for building the floor of the concrete floor for the poultry house, so that the mice cannot be able to penetrate through there, so that the ants will not be able to penetrate through the floor up to, and also the penetration of the water through the floor onto the poultry house. So we bought the aggregate from a nearby supplier, but the only bad thing was that the supplier that was to sell us the aggregate was a bit compromised, because you know the funny thing with here in Africa, if you buy things in the village setup like thing and you get some envious neighbors, they will go and try to destroy the relationship that you have with the person that you want to buy your aggregates from. So the guy tried to mind twist us and wanted to sell us the aggregate for over $150, but we were able to negotiate very well, and we were able to buy the aggregate at $50. Yes, we bought the aggregate at $50, and we were able to transport it at $70. That was the cost of transportation of the aggregate from the mining area up to our farm. It was a bit near, but that is what happened. So what we did next is we went and bought the sand. We bought sand, 2 tippers, and 1 tipper dump truck cost us $130. That was the cost of buying 1 tipper. But for the both now the cost of buying 1 tipper was $65. Now the cost of buying 2 tippers was $130. Yes. Then we bought bricks after that, so that it can be used to construct a small perimeter wall around the poultry house. The cost of buying the 1,300 bricks was $143. That is transport inclusive. Okay. Then we had to negotiate with the mason. His name is Peter. So we are digging holes for the poles. We have put a space of 4 feet from one pole, from one hole to another, a space of 4 feet. But for the door, we have left a space of 8 feet wide up to here. As you can see, it's 4 feet. So this is a square whereby we use, like as you can see here, so that we can get a right angle at the corner for proper measurements. Yes guys, so you put it like this to get a right angle 90 degrees at the corner. Yes. So what we use to dig here is this. It's quite heavy, so this is known as a tarimbo. So this is our top mason. Yes, his name is Peter. Peter is our top mason for construction of the poultry house. So if you want to reach him to construct for you a poultry house, he can give you the details of his phone number. Yes, Peter.
That's my telephone number, 0758758422.
Yes, guys.
Thank you.
So guys, make sure you reach him out for a proper job like what we are doing on our farm. And here is his phone number. If you are in Kenya, he can build for you a very good poultry house. His number is 0737700716. If you are in Kenya, the number is 0737700716. Yes, we negotiated with the mason, and he gave us a quotation of $400. Then after that we negotiated because we added him some work, and also we had increased the size of the poultry house. So the cost rounded up to $700. That is for the labor of the construction of the poultry house. Then it was time for the poultry house to start to be built. You have to dig a hole of 2 feet deep. Yes. So according to our structure, which is 70 feet by 30 feet, your structure has to be a maximum of 30 feet wide. It can be as long as you wish. It can be even 100 meters, 200 meters, 300 meters, but it should be 30 feet wide. That is 10 meters wide, because of proper aeration of the coop, of the chicken coop. Yes. So like for our structure, we have a space between one hole and another of 4 feet for proper stabilization of the house. Yes. $10 bags.
10 bucks. Inaweza ishia kwa hivi. Oh, sawa. Ana wewe usimamisha kazi. Hebu inamisha kwanza. Inamisha tu kitu gani?
Alafu naleta ingine tena. Faster man. Ndio. Haya tunacheza kwa kasi. Ndio. Leta ingine ikuje faster. Tena bila kuchelewa.
Yes, the dimension of the poultry house, as I've said, they are 100 feet by 30 feet. This house will be able to accommodate 3,000 mature chicken. Yes. Then we needed to buy more sand. Then we hired a bigger tipper, 2 of them. One tipper usually cost us $100, so we bought 2. That is $200. Kwa kichwa lengi. Pika hiyo ingine. Ni mingi. Tumeona. Unakubali? Wala ni tatu. Hiyo ingine ilikuwa hivi. Aiza. Yangeongezea tu. Lazima atasoma. Sawa, ila doba. Ini mingi. Mingi kidogo. Nashinda hiyo ingine mbali. Good. Wewe jamaa anajua. Ndio sana tulori ngapi? Karibu kukutana ile ndio. Inatoshana. Wallahi. Mingi kidogo hata. Mbona itosha? Sasa sio bana anabeba bawe na pesa kidogo hivi. Haya. The bags of cement needed to complete this house were 88 bags. The cost of each bag was $7. So the total cost of the 88 bags was $616 plus transport, which was $50. So the total cost for the cement up to the site was $666. Trashes. Trusses or trashes? Trusses. Trusses.
Lakini discipline nayo ya kienyeji ni kali. Zote ziko hivyo.
Then we bought some equipment for the construction. Those are the wheelbarrows, spades, jembes, and the backhoes. That cost us $70. Also, we needed nails of various inches. We bought over 150 kgs of different inches. That cost us $225. Then we went to buy the roofing nails for roofing the roof. Yes. That we bought 30 kg of them. That cost us $84.
Nyumba room mbili. Tuangalie ngapi? Hadi kwa tumaliza hapo tuongea.
Then we bought a wood preservative which cost us $20 for the floor and also for the posts when you are mixing it and putting the post in corners so that they can support the house. Yes, they cost us $20.
Street what? Photograph.
Then we bought 200 iron sheet, 3 meters long. Each cost us $10. So for the the 200, it cost us $2,000 plus transport of $50. The total cost of the iron sheet up to our site cost us $2,050. Yes. Then we went and bought the wire mesh and chicken wire. The wire mesh and chicken wire, we bought 6 wire mesh, which in Kenya they are called chain links. 6 chain links of 8 feet. Each chain link cost us I have just put it inclusively. We bought 6 chain links of 8 feet and 4 chicken wires, which are 30 meters long, and these ones are 18 meters long. The chain link are 18 meters long. The chicken wire is 30 meters long. The total cost was $387. The transport up to site was $10. So the total cost of the chicken wire and the chain link up to site was $397. Then there was the digging of the well. The digging of the well cost us $120. So that is the cost of digging a well in the area, because if we have to fully stock our house, and have around 3,000 chicken on that farm, the 3,000 chicken will need to consume around 1,500 liters of water to 2,000 liters of water per day. So that is the big issue. So that's why we have to make sure that we have fully stocked and we have dug a deeper well, so that during the dry season it won't be able to dry up. And also we have some other costs that we will incur in the future, because we haven't dug an underground water tank, which will need to accommodate over 100,000 liters of water, which according to our estimation can cost over $2,000. So the total cost of building an off-grid poultry farm up to now, up to where we are as per now, it is $5,483 But if we had the miscellaneous, it will be $5,983 to build an off-grid poultry farm. Make sure when you are going to build an off-grid poultry farm, the place that you are choosing, make sure there will be an availability of water, because chicken, the main thing that the chicken usually want is water.